Well, welcome to the kitchen. We're having so much fun here, especially getting excited for this next recipe. And we're like kids right now, right?
We really are. This took us back. And look, it generally takes only a mug of Milo to take us back there. But what I've loved about this journey with Milo is we've been going from school to school, some amazing schools. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
With the hashtag Must Be a Milo Morning campaign. It's been a game changer. And this gives different communities the opportunity to come together and celebrate our children's active lifestyles. Not just the victories, but the lessons, the grounding therein. And hopefully we're going to encourage a whole lot more children to participate in sports, man.
I know it is the quintessential thing that all kids should be doing. So to do this, future champs need and eat that'll help give them the sustained energy to do their best every day. 100%. From the classroom to the sports field, doesn't matter what space they're in, we want them to thrive. So that's why we're making no-bake Milo energy bars. Oh, yes. It's packed with natural goodness of malt, milk, and cocoa. And the lads are going to show you how easy this one is.
I mean, we've got some good fats in here. We've got all the tasty things. And then, of course, are you ready to go on our first date? Hey, this is our first date that we are sharing together. It really is. We're going on a whole lot of dates at once. So the dates are making up a major part of this because they're a great natural sugar. I mean, you were on Sugar Watch when you arrived here. You were like, dang, dang, dang,
yeah,
dang,
and I wanted to make sure that there wasn't. So we really are looking after the kids here, making sure we're getting quality ingredients and all 100%. The right fuel. So talking about the dates, because we get different types, right? You get raw dates and then you get
dry dates, and obviously dates they're known as a really healthy sugar in that sense, but they are readily available all year round. If you get the dry date, here's what we did. We took them, soaked them for 30 minutes and chopped them really fine. So you want them to be, because these essentially are going to be the glue that are going to bind our bars together.
Get all that sucrose out of there as well.
Nothing. Even if I should have touched that first, because now I think
Interesting about dates as well, it's often used to break your fast when you're in religious practices and various other practices as well. And the date is the reason why, because it has such good nutritional value and content, and it really can sustain you. So combining this with something like Milo is like, what a combination.
Yeah.
Whoa, well
great.
played.
And what I like about the Milo is it aids the energy release, because it's not just about getting vitamin B or getting the right, body's got to be able to absorb it and deal with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to be working on my side. I'm going to get my hands dirty, which is why I've got the gloves on, to mix everything together. You're going to be mixing the Milo with our butter, and that's another little hack here. If your mixture is a little bit too dry in the end, you can just add a little bit more of the butter. So you're going to mix the Milo and the butter together. About the whole thing, man.
I would have, yeah, for sure.
About 3 tablespoons should do us.
Got you. What are you up to on your side?
Okay, so I'm going to mix together the real meat of this guy here. So we've got some beautiful roasted peanuts here, and that was from Nicole's side. Our foodie princess really does reckon that you get so much more flavor out of the nuts if you roast them just a little bit, which I concur with 100%. Likewise, the desiccated coconut. You want that toastiness, that beautiful texture, yes, that comes with the crunchiness, but it adds a whole lot of more flavor to that. And then we've got our rolled oats here, and oats, great. You get the beta-glucan, you talk about that sustained energy. Yeah. Oats is a win. And then really work it through, because you need the dates to bind everything together. Yes, the butter's going to help. Can probably add a bit more butter, which we don't have, but we'll work it in, man. We'll work it in. And then you really want to get your fingers through there. Try and bind it as much as possible, because once it goes into the fridge, obviously the dates are going to form the kind of glue that binds it all together.
It kind of gets set, right?
Yeah.
Because we're not baking.
It's a no-bake, man.
So like, how do we make this if we're not baking it? It doesn't make sense to me. Okay, I get it.
Absolutely love it. I wanted to ask, because energy is a major thing for you, and I would imagine you burn through quite a lot, and you've been on a calorie mission lately to try and bulk up.
I'm losing too much weight, man.
How important is it in the context of competition to have that diet balance right?
Oh, my goodness, man. It is literally the difference between winning and not even making a final. Wow. If you don't fuel yourself correctly for an event in sport or even just in life, like when you go to work, the performance is never going to be there. Remember, all the actions that we do in life, all the things that we're trying to execute need to be fueled in order to do so. So take your body as like a beautiful vehicle. You need to put fuel in it to drive. If you don't have good fuel, you're not going to go anywhere, people. So again, if you want your kids to excel on the sport field in life, whatever task they are tackling, they need to be fueling correctly, right? And that means, like you said, we've got this great way of releasing energy in a sustained manner right now. So when they have a bar like this, it's not just going to mean that the energy spikes and then crashes. They're getting it all throughout that longevity of whatever activity they're doing, and that's very important. That makes that difference between, will I last till the end, or am I just going to fizzle out right when it counts?
Oh, and I can see it in myself. We can see it in each other when we're starting to fizzle. And it's amazing how often when I'm shooting, someone will come to me like, eat this, dude, just eat this, please, please. I'm like, why was I it?
Hopefully they can bring you one of these instead, though.
Exactly. But think of your little person kind of finishing school and then needing to go and do a sports activity or something like that. So I'm going to ask you to decant it so I don't make it absolutely filthy.
Right.
And then we just squish it in there. I'll squash it in once it's all in there. Pop it into the fridge and we let it sit. It's as simple as that. The perfect way to give your kids the energy to go further. And if you want to get your hands on this truly delicious recipe, it smells amazing, you can go to expressoshow.com, and then please remember this: upload and share those magical moments that your child has, whether it's crossing the finish line, kicking that perfect pass, doing something that you know will make them so proud, and obviously it makes us so proud. And use the hashtag #MustBeAMiloMorning. And of course, don't forget to tag @Milo South Africa if you're going to go on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. That's where we're playing this little game. Make sure that you feature them so we can see you. And then who knows, your future champ could receive a very personalized video message from a current champ, one of the biggest sporting stars in South Africa, to encourage them to go a little bit further. Well done,
Sorry,
son.
bro. I'm so impressed with myself that I thought I'll just celebrate with a lovely Milo over here. So thank you for that, bro. Job well done.
Yeah,
and,
that looks absolutely amazing, dude. That came out beautifully. And we have earned the rewards now.
Cheers,
Cheers, Boykie. We'll see you after this.